Very interesting indeed. And that is the basis for this segment, which is tagged African Tale of Christmas. Wow. Well, I saw some Africa there. And I suppose that is why this is tagged an African tale of, not a Nigerian tale, an African tale of Christmas. And it speaks to what is going to happen at Echo Hotel in the coming weeks, you know, to herald Christmas. Well, let me not talk too much about it because we have knowledgeable people in the studio with us. We have the Assistant Brand Manager, Mr. Henry Freeman Ogenovo.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. And we have the Assistant Marketing Manager, Ibidolapo Oyeshina.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Thank you very much for coming. Now, that visual that we saw, I find very, very interesting and colorful.
Exactly.
Tell us about it.
An African Tale of Christmas. Before I start, really, what an apt time, a timely period to actually talk about tourism in the discussion you just had before this.
Yes.
Before this discussion.
Yes.
Well, I never knew it was going to be like that.
Why am I not surprised to latch up to that?
Yeah. It's so timely. For the past 4 or 5 years, Echo Hotel has invested so much into tourism in this country. You wouldn't believe it's over R1 billion that Echo Hotel has actually invested in doing this. 4 or 5 years now, we've been curating content internally. COVID came, and of course, we had to look inwards, and it is even at that point we got stronger. And you know, listening to that interview you just had before this particular discussion really elated us. Because An African Tale of Christmas, we are bringing a different dimension to the entire Christmas story. We want to tell it the African way. We want to bring Santa. You know, usually Santa will come from the North Pole.
Indeed.
And he will do all he wants to do.
And he will bring his reindeer and his sled.
Exactly. But this time around, Santa is coming as a guest. We want to coronate Santa. We want to tell Santa how Christmas is being celebrated in Africa. It's a whole long thing, as they will say, because it will happen from the 22nd of December all through to 27th for those that were doing the Christmas vacation thing. And of course, if you want to do the long stay from that same 22nd all through to the 2nd of January.
So you want to educate Santa Claus about Christmas?
We want to tell him how we celebrate Christmas in Africa. Not that we want to
Since we don't
him.
have snow, and we don't have sled, and we don't have reindeer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because this is actually tropical Christmas.
It's okay.
Okay. Dolapo, I hear that the highlights are going to include Hakuna Matata theme park, African jungle, and stuff like that. Please, my imagination is running wild already.
Okay.
Help me filling the dots.
Okay. So,
or should I join the dots?
Okay. I will quickly like to give a background story so you understand why this inspiration came forth. So we started Christmas at Echo Hotels, Tropical Christmas at Echo Hotels, about 4 years ago. The first theme was Tropical Christmas Wonderland. The second one was Carnival. Then the third one was Candyland. And you can imagine that all of these were inspired by the Western culture. So this year, last year, when we were about to check out, so we saw this little girl, and I can imagine what must have been going through her mind. Maybe she's well-traveled, she had been to different places, and she has seen, how things are done in the Western countries, and she really wanted something different. And she said, and we asked her, and we said, what would you like to see? What do you want us to do better? And she said, please, I would like to see something African. So I can really imagine what went through her mind. This girl would just be about 7, and really we do not tell that story like You know, it should. Like you said in the previous interview, it's the time for us to tell our own story. Now the highlights. We have the Hakuna Matata Park. It's a 20,000 square meter on Eco-Atlantic space. And, you know, we have different things that you can imagine for children, families. We have the big bounce house, we have carousels, we have the wet zone, we have the dry zone, just for people to have fun. And you know, if you're on this package, it gives you an all access, and that is also inclusive of that. So we have also the African Junction, where different people around Africa come there to sell their things, you know, like what I'm wearing. You can see someone selling Ankara, you can see someone selling, you know, the beaded chains, you can see someone selling, you know, the big round jewelries, you know, those beautiful African jewelry. So it's just that space where you have that. And we also have the spectacular show. So you can imagine a Broadway style theater where you have people, you know, telling our story, you know, that Tales by Moonlight that we've forgotten, you know, reminding children about that, even reminding adults about that, and so much more, so much more.
Why do I sense some Wakanda in what you're saying? Mr. Ogonewo, you know, so I know that our time is limited, but I'd like to ask you, I mean, she talked about package. It's sounding like it has to be subscribed for somehow?
Exactly,
Tell
you're
us
very
about
correct. It is no arrogance, really. Eco Hotel actually leading the forefront of this tourism, especially in the hospitality industry in Nigeria. We have the packages are like segmented. We have the first one, which is from the 22nd to 27th, which is basically Christmas theme. We have the next one, which is from 29th to the 4th, to the 2nd of January. And we have the long one, which is 22nd to December to 2nd of January. This one I just mentioned to you now, it starts, the prices actually varies because we have 4 different buildings in Eco Hotel. Now, these 4 different buildings are like the 5-star rated building, which is the 5-star hotel, and that is our luxury brand, by the way, the Eco Signature. That one is followed by the 4-star rated building, which is the Eco Suites. Mm-hmm. The next one is the Eco Main building. That is the one people actually know as Eco Hotels. Mm-hmm. And the last one is the Eco Gardens. Now, all these 4...
Which one? What do you call Kuramo now?
Now, the one you mentioned, Kurama, now is the one that is called Eco Gardens.
That's the lowest of them all.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
That is Eco Gardens.
Okay.
The first one, which is our luxury brand, for the 2, we have a 2-room package. That is, the first room is like a connecting room. That one is 2,970,000 naira. Now, when I say 2,970,000 naira, people, now this actually includes, it's curated for a family of 4, daddy, mommy, and 2 kids. You have your breakfasts there, you have the lunch there, you have the dinners there. Mm-hmm. You have all access tag to all the different zones. Mind you, I didn't mention that. This time we are actually zoning all these our locations in this particular Christmas. Mm-hmm. The first zone is called the Highlands. That is the 4 different hotels. Mm-hmm. The next zone is called the Nile Garden. That is where we dine. That is where food, everything about food takes place, food and beverages. The third zone.
Better that you describe it. When I hear dine, it sounded like die.
No, dine. When I say that, as in eat food. Yes, food. Everything, anything food and beverage, that is where that will be taking place. The third zone is the African Junction. She mentioned something about African Junction now. Now, the African Junction is actually, think about Africa street life. You're going to have lots of street life going on there. Mm-hmm. The games, you're going to have the Tales by Moonlight going on there. A lot of African antiques also will be sold there, merchandise, the kind of things you mentioned now, where you can get all this from different parts of Africa. And the last one is the Hakuna Matata Park. Now, the Hakuna Matata Park is something very, very different because as huge as the facility in Eco Hotel is, we are actually extending our tentacles. And guess where? It's at the Eco Atlantic City, the new city. So that is where the Hakuna Matata Park will be situated. As I speak to you now, Serious work is going on there, and I tell you, it's going to be a huge one because we have ready buses that will be conveying guests from the Echo Hotel itself to the Echo Atlantic.
You told us the one that cost 3 million. How about the other packages?
The other packages are actually a little bit lower. The next one, which is actually for one room, still for a family of 4, and that's our luxury brand, is 2,120,000 naira. Now, for the 4 different buildings, it goes down like that until it gets to the last one. And the last one, the one you mentioned, that Kuramo Gardens, which is Echo Gardens, is about 1.5 million naira. We have
For what, 7 nights?
Lowest, for the 5 nights.
5 nights.
Yes, for
okay.
the 5 nights. Now, we have a long list of the different prices. The numbers will be displayed on the screen. That
Is there
you
a
can
website
call.
that people
Yes.
can get information?
Now, we have an official ticketing partner. The biggest ticketing partner in Nigeria, Waka Now. Waka Now is actually Echo Hotel's official ticketing partner for these events.
Okay.
You can actually visit their website, www.wakanow.com. You get every detail there. And of course, the numbers that you can also call
Okay.
are also there, so that you can have details.
I want to ask you, madam, I see Family Olympics on the list.
Okay.
Please explain.
Okay.
Because the Olympics at the end of it.
Family
That's a very, very interesting one you picked out. Okay, so I'm sure you were thinking about Olympics.
No, I just want Olympics. So let me understand.
Okay, so let me tell you what Family Olympics is about. So imagine, okay, like we've said, so it's an event curated for families. So we have family A, family B, family C, D, registered in the hotel, and just that day we have families competing against each other with games, with activities. It could include dance, it could include sway, it could include, all these beautiful kind of games. So, and we have different families, and they are being narrowed down to maybe 2, 3. So the winner gets to win something in millions.
Something in millions.
Yes, interesting.
What kind of thing?
I don't want to be
Let me go and get my family
specific.
together quickly.
Exactly. And by the way, you need to be fast about that.
Yes, you
Like I
should.
mentioned before, it is no arrogance.
Okay,
Our
so that's the
luxury
website.
brand-
Is that the website for the...
It's going like
Exactly.
hotcakes.
Exactly. Yeah, our luxury brand Echo Signature is already sold out. Not that it's going like hotcakes.
It's gone.
It's actually gone now. So if you want to you do quick, or you be very fast about it. It's remaining the Echo Suites. the main
Blink and you
building.
lose out.
Blink and you lose out, exactly.
Uh-oh. Okay, so...
It's gone. The luxury one is gone, completely gone. Sorry, you can't subscribe for that one anymore. Look lower. Thank you.
It's over 150 rooms there. And as I speak to you, the 150 rooms are fully booked, fully paid for.
So what are we doing here?
I wonder.
Actually, we have the remaining ones.
Advertising for the
Echo-
village. For the Echo
No,
Gardens.
not Echo Gardens alone. We have the main building. We have Echo Suite. If you want it serene, silent, the cool type, or the silent type, Echo Suite is a perfect place for you. You just come in there and you do.
How is the package different from the Signature?
It's not different at all. It's just that you are lodged in that Echo Suites.
Okay.
Only that, of course, the price is a little bit
Your
lower.
lodging is different. You are only in one room.
Why do you make it sound like that? Come on.
But
It's not
that's the
wrong.
way it was explained.
We can also
The
have
luxury
2
one
rooms.
is 2 rooms.
No.
No,
We can
no,
also
we
have
can-
2 rooms in all other buildings. All of them also have
If my
2
pocket
rooms.
is right, I can have 2 rooms. Right.
Exactly.
I understand. I get the message.
That are adjoining, right? Let me just hope they are adjoining rooms.
They are adjoining rooms, correct. And those adjoining rooms, because it's family thing, they are the first that get booked.
Oh.
Now, Dolakwa, the Pride Land Musical Theatre.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, so that's a 40-man theater. The first one I mentioned, the Spectacular. So the Pride Land is also about, we're having 2 musical shows.
Okay.
The Spectacular and the Pride Land during this tropical Christmas event. So if you take on any of our packages, you have access to this Broadway-style theatricals.
And elves gift delivery.
Wow. Wow. On Christmas Day, we do special things for families. Actually, very early in the morning, you will not believe, we have over 46 rooms in the entire facility. And we have people that will go to each room and knock your door to deliver Santa's gifts to you that early, before breakfast. Families are always
No,
wow.
you said
and
yeah.
it's going to happen this Christmas.
You said you'll have people knocking at the doors, but here you told me that they are elves.
They're elves.
Yes, yeah, that's
They're
what
elves.
I mean by people anyway. Santa's elves, so to say.
Okay.
Okay, let me
All
correct
right.
that.
So messengers of Santa.
Messengers
Exactly.
of Santa, correct. Messengers of Santa, because Santa sent them, and just to wish everybody, every family, a Merry Christmas on that day. They come to wake you up. We will see people and we'll be like, oh, some will be on the bed, and the kids will come up and say, welcome, Santa, and you know. It's an amazing experience. It's an amazing experience.
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not him.
I'm waiting for you to register.
Reggie who?
Stop.
I wanted the signature and it's gone. I'm not going to sign anything
Perhaps
anymore.
because,
Of course.
perhaps because it's Channels TV, we might just want to do something special for you.
PG, for instance.
I would like to know. I won't want to say it on here so that people will not like, oh, you were cheating really.
Okay, so if you want more information, these are the numbers to call: 0809-850-9525 or 0805-481-5027.
0905 is the second one.
0905-481-5027. I'm sure, yeah, there they are. The numbers
yes.
are now on your screen.
Exactly.
These are Waka Now numbers.
And those are the numbers that you can call just to get it off. We have to thank you all for being here this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
That's Mr. Henry Freeman
Ogenovo, assistant brand manager.
as well as Ibidolapo Oyeshino.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Are you going to be one of the elves? Don't answer that question. Well, we take a short break, and when we return, another one comes to you. Stay with us.